How's it going, everybody? This is Beat the Bush. Today I'm going to talk about how you can maximize your 5% cashback on utilities. If you guys are on top of this cashback game, you'll know that Discover It credit card as well as Chase Freedom sometimes have these rotating categories that has 5% cashback on utilities. Because they're on this rotating category, you may not have access to this 5% cashback on utilities all year round. Now, personally, I do have this credit card called the US Bank Cash Plus card that have a 5% category on utilities, but you have to choose it every single quarter. Sometimes I might miss choosing it every quarter because, life happens, I get busy, so then if I have the bill on auto payment into this card, then if I ever miss out on choosing a particular quarter, then I'm gonna miss out on this 5%. Now, all these credit cards I'm talking about, 5% is generally the highest as I ever see it for utilities. If you've been watching my channel, you probably already have a Wealthfront cash account that gets you 2.57% interest. Now, why do I bring this up? Because sometimes you might think about, oh, why don't I prepay into my utilities account so that you can get this 5%? But there is a thing working against you, because if you have this chunk of cash put into your utilities, then you're not getting your 2.57% interest in your cash savings account. Now, throwing another wrench into this, 2.57%, you have to pay taxes on this interest that you earn. So let's say estimate about 25% tax, then the net effect of interest that you're getting is really 1.92%. In effect, you can look at it as getting a 3.08% gain by prepaying into your utilities. So far, what do we have? 5% cash back on some credit card. That may not happen every single quarter. 2.57% savings if you don't put this into your utilities and instead you save it instead and collect interest. 1.92% if you consider tax that you have to pay on this interest rate. The net effect is 3.08% gain, like I said before. Now I'm gonna consider PG&E because this is my local utilities company. You have to pay $1.35 for each credit card transaction, but this is okay because it's a fixed small amount and you can consider it sort of amortized if you pay a lot of money into your PG&E bill. Based on my experience with prepaying into utilities, sometimes you cannot prepay if you have a negative balance already. For example, PG&E does not do this. So here it is. If you prepay about $300 into your PG&E account, 3.08 times 3 minus 1.35, it means you're gonna get about $7.89. You just do this just once and then you just ignore it until your credits are all used up. You're gonna get about $8, which is not bad for about 5-10 minutes worth of work. If you double this is $600, you're gonna end up getting about $17.13 just from doing this single transaction. And this is just money saved that you do not have to pay into PG&E. You're gonna get it back in terms of a cash back in your credit card. This money is money that you're gonna spend anyway because it's in your utilities. This amount will essentially multiply depending on how big your utility bill is. Mine personally is about $50 a month, so I opted to pay about 1 year in advance. So this is about $600 worth of credits that I'm going to put in there that I feel comfortable just kind of having it lay around in that account rather than in my savings account. I do realize that a lot of people do not just have this amount of cash laying around. This is why it's so important to have an emergency fund waiting around 6 months to 1 year. Then you can just take a small amount of this and go, well, I'm going to spend this anyway over the next year paying into my utilities, so why don't I just prepay into my utilities and save myself another $17.13. Now I want to say this is kind of triple dipping because I already covered my electric bill in a couple videos ago. So doing this 5% cash back is going to net me about $1.54 cash back. I have this grid tie solar rig that is partially compensating for the amount of electricity that I use. I estimate it's going to give me about $8 back. I also get about $10 to $40 cash back in Ohm Connect depending on the time of the year. In the summer is a little bit better, in the winter is not as good, but this is only for California and Texas only. They pay you to optionally reduce your electricity usage during these single hours that is scheduled in advance. This is so that they do not have to use these peaker power plants, which happens to be a lot more dirtier than their regular power plants. If you're able to reduce your electric usage, then they pay you a certain amount in terms of points and then you can cash this out into actual cash into your PayPal account. I do have a referral link for this. I've been using this for over a year. If you sign up for this account, you can get $10 right away. Now with all this, I'm essentially triple dipping into my PG&E bill. Essentially, I am kind of nulling it out and I do not have to pay anything from month to month. Thanks for watching this video. This 5% utility cashback will also work for your water bill, your trash bill, and other utilities bills that you have. I just got brand new t-shirts in. The previous one I designed, there was a honey badger and it says infinification with an infinite loop as a symbol. Now I got a brand new one that's professionally designed, infinification. This one says don't buy it, you don't need it. And kind of funny, right? Because it says don't buy, and then if you buy a t-shirt that says don't buy, it's kind of like an oxymoron. Here's a better view of it. Don't buy it, you don't need it. And the other one. Now this one's kind of like my previous t-shirt, but I'll still leave a link down in the video description below. You can see it's kind of like the softer type of material. Actually, I find myself saying, don't buy it, you don't need it, a lot to my friends, because when I'm at some random store and then they're just selling a bunch of, you know, stuff like souvenirs and stuff, usually I just don't buy any of it, and then, you know, I kind of just want to save this. So if I were to wear this t-shirt, then, you know, it kind of makes an even bigger statements like don't buy it. I think this t-shirt really encapsulates what I think day to day. There are a lot of things that you do not need to buy, and you might actually think, well, you don't need to buy this t-shirt at all. Well, you might just think that if you actually have too many t-shirts already and maybe you don't want to support this channel or anything, well, you don't have to buy this t-shirt at all. If you do buy it, consider it as a support for this channel. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to give me a like, comment down below. Let me know what you think of these t-shirts, and as always, don't forget to push that subscribe button and ring that bell icon. Thanks for watching.